So how do I call you, Mahdi or
Mahdi is
Mahdi?
Mahdi is
Mahdi. Okay. This is very nice and beautiful places, right? And for me, it's just very surprising that I'm here as well. Thank you for having us here and with your hospitality last night.
Sure.
And
it's an honor. It is an honor for us to have you and your family, your lovely family here. It is a historical house. It is unique and distinct from typical hotels, 4 or 5-star hotels. It has its unique features. It is about a 230-year-old palace. It used to belong to the deputy of the Fatah Ali Shah, or one of the Qajar kings, about 230 years ago. It is dated. It is a national heritage, which means that it can only be preserved as a historical house. That means that there is a framework and there's many limitations as what we can do and how we can preserve the identity of this old palace. Now, before we started, this property was one single floor, right? There was no lower floors. You want to keep that, you want to show that here. The Shah machine, which is the big room that you see, it is usually the primary room in the historical houses. It is called Shah machine, which is translated to the king's room, which means the primary room where where the person would spend most of his time. Now, underneath it is usually a sarda, or a cooler area where he can relax and spend time relaxing. Now we have a mirror room, or room Aina. That's where his high or official meetings would take place. I will give you pictures of it, and maybe tomorrow I will let you, once it doesn't have, right now it's a room for accommodation, so tomorrow when it's ready I will let you shoot it. And then we have the Safavid room that you have seen. So these are the 3 or the 4 rooms that we have preserved from what was left. Now, because it's close to Naqshe Jahan Square, we cannot build above 6 meters, right? Therefore, the architect decided to use a sunken garden architecture, which is traditionally used in other parts of Iran, including Kashan, which means there is a garden, and we build a garden inside it, and around the inside garden we build rooms. So if you want to show that right now. So basically, in order to add more accommodation space, we use this architecture. We build a garden inside the bigger garden, and we build rooms around it. This allowed us to basically provide a space for accommodation space for up to about 40 people, and about 20 rooms, 19, 20 rooms, 20 to be soon. And soon we will have a traditional bathhouse. The bathhouses have, they held a high significance in Iranian traditions. Obviously, back in the day, there was not that many people had the luxury of private bathhouses or bathtubs. As a result, there were public bathhouses, and as from the public bathhouses, some of the luxury houses even had their own bathhouses. So we had elements of bathing traditions, and we have now developed those elements into a modern standard spa and bathhouse, which we will cover in a few minutes.
Okay. And when do you start this business?
Okay, so the whole rehabilitation, preservation, and renovation started in 2011. In 2011, it took about 6 years. In 2017, in late 2017, we started operation as a hotel, as a boutique hotel, and since then we have been fortunate to host guests like you, mostly international tourists who would like to see more and more of historical traditions. Obviously, every corner of this house, it resembles tradition and culture and history. And we are very happy. Yes, there are challenges. Yes, there is COVID-19, but we're still very happy to continue, and we look forward to meeting more and more Iranian and non-Iranian guests and hosting them here, allowing to make memories in historical houses.
Okay. And in total, how many rooms that you have?
At the moment, we have 19, soon to be 20.
So it's 39, almost 40. 19
houses, soon to be another one,
okay.
adding up to 20.
Okay, I thought it's 19 plus 20, so it's like 29. Okay, so it's very exclusive, I can say, right? There's 20 rooms and very up close and personal to be here.
Exactly.
Okay.
One of the strengths, or one of the aspects that we really appreciate about this place is that it is very quiet, and as a result, we have none of our rooms have TVs. And most of our guests actually appreciate that. There are some guests who, obviously like luxury, and occasionally we provide them with space so that they can watch TV, as long as it doesn't disturb other people's relaxation or peaceful time.
How do you see between Iranian tourists or international tourists that stay in your hotels? Any sort of difference, behavior? I mean, what they do?
Okay. So there are obviously many differences. There are different attitudes. Iranians, we are obviously born into families who have lived through history. So Persian culture is familiar to us. Persian history is familiar to us. However, we have tourists who visit our country, and many of these elements, they're new to them. For example, we offer services like cooking classes. For Iranians, they may be familiar with most of these recipes, ingredients, and how to make these foods. For non-Iranians, it is a very exciting experience to have alongside their, typical daily, cultural sites visits. Therefore, what we have, obviously for Iranians, we have different programs to make it exciting for them. We work with travel agencies who offer desert towns, and tours to the desert towns, and even to Iranians who are mostly living in urban areas. That is a very exciting experience.
Nice to see you in person. I didn't realize that you are the owner of this hotel until last night when I was talking with you. Okay, nice to see you, and thank you very much to have this short interview this morning.
Of course.
Thank you. Thank you.
So it's not yet fully, we just almost finished the electrical stuff. I rather you video this the next time he comes.